We knew how to fight before karate come along. But I said, by knowing karate, we can fight a little bit better.
Hey guys, in this part of the interview with Grandmaster Vic Moore, we're going to talk about his karate philosophy and philosophy on life, his thoughts on mixed martial arts, and also telephone karate, which is a service you could get from him. And he's going to tell you about the benefits. It's interesting. You can learn a lot. He's a wealth of knowledge. But anyway, check the description below to find out how to connect with Grandmaster Vic Moore. And also, check out my links. For example, you could get a really cool ring like this, or get your testosterone checked for $1. You guys need to get that checked if you're not going to the doctor and getting your physical. Get that checked. It only costs you $1. So anyway, let's find out some philosophy and things about life now. Let me ask you this, Master Moore. And somebody wanted me to ask you this because I had some people submit questions. What's your philosophy of martial arts and life in general?
Oh, it's a way of life. It's to make you a better person. I'm a better person than what I would have been. And when I wasn't being so nice, it was because I had to. I was in life and death situations, or I was protecting someone else. Even though it may not have been me, but I have a right to protect a person that is lesser, weaker, boom.
Mm-hmm.
I have a right to protect someone else's property when I so see fit. Uh, I feel that I shouldn't be hit, taken advantage of. I shouldn't be hurt. And if I have to hurt someone else, it is because of that protection. It is learning to be more patient. It's learning to be more humble. It's all of that good stuff of human life. If the martial arts had a came and got started from crooks, bad people, it will it would have had a more bad tone to it. But because most of the founders of karate and the head instructors and teachers of karate was religious people. And therefore, karate has this more or less religious tone over on it. No, it's not a cult. No, we're not praying. We're down meditating as in peace of mind and clearing our mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we concentrate. We're focusing because strength comes through concentration. Yes, we make noise and sound and stuff because that further strengthens our body, but it's all in good order. My instructors, plural,
Mm-hmm.
was highly religious people, and they were different religious sects, and they had different views, and therefore, when they taught and gave us our karate, it was more in a religious type setting, showing respect.
Mm-hmm.
We keep the ground of our karate school or wherever clean. When we come to class, pick up a piece of trash or kick something out in the street. Stop smoking. Don't throw cigarette butts down in front of the school. Taking our shoes off coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Humbleness, showing discipline, keeping it clean. Your shoes are dirty. We don't come in with dirty shoes. Saluting, bowing. No, we're not bowing down in the religious aspect. We are saluting. Our Cub Scouts, we salute like this. Our Boy Scouts, we salute like that. In the military, you salute like that. You show homage. Respect, humble. Good evening, Sensei. Good afternoon, Master. Or whatever the case may be. Showing respect. Not crossing in front of a black belt, walking behind. If karate was introduced by hoodlums, everybody be coming in, hey, a bunch of noise, hey, high five, man, yeah. Yeah, whoa, what you do last night? Oh, man, I had me a drink. I kicked this guy ass, blah, 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 blah. We're coming in just like you would go into a church.
Mm-hmm.
Respect. humbleness, softness, kneel down, make a cross, or say a prayer, or whatever. That's, calm down, Vic. That's what karate is about. Humbleness, respect. But there comes a time that you can't always keep it, hold it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the Karate Creed comes in at. Empty hands, forgiveness to God, present myself to you humbly. Or I come to you with only karate, empty hands. I have no weapons, but should I be forced to defend myself or my principles or my honor? Should it be a matter of life or death, right or wrong? Then I offer you my only weapons, my bare hands, karate. You should have been gone. That's what karate is about with me and should be with anyone else.
Exactly. Let me ask you this, Grandmaster Moore. I know you're a karate traditionalist. What do you think about mixed martial arts? Are you a fan or not?
Well, Joe Louis and I started it back in 1969. We started that stuff. Karate was pretty much a mixed martial arts before there was a title mixed martial art matches. I got pictures to prove it. There's documentation to prove it. There's video to prove it.
Okay.
It is way out of hand, just like karate's gotten way out of hand. Master Triz even told us when we had the first match, he said, I don't want y'all to pursue this. I want y'all to stop. It's too vicious. We started it and it got softer and softer. Now it's way out of hand. What is mixed martial arts now? You don't see any martial art in this new mixed martial art. You don't see any Aikido. You don't see any Jiu-Jitsu. You don't see any Judo. You don't see any karate much. Once in a while, you see a technique, not the art of it. You see more what we call street fighting. You just see more gangster. You see more just fighting on the ground and kicking and swinging. There's no art to any of that. Go to the park and you can see two kids on the street or in the park kicking and grabbing and pulling hair and choking each other and whatnot. You don't see any art to it. Just like in this day, you don't see any art to karate. If I want to see a karate match, I want to see a karate match. And I know what karate is. It deals with stances and blocks and punches and strikes and kicks and all that in a certain order.
Mm.
I don't want to go to a karate match and they're doing ballet. They're doing gymnastics. They're doing street fighting, that's to say. Now, when we learn karate, we can use karate in any fashion that we want. If we want to use it for a tournament, we can. If we want to use it on the street, we can. We don't have to learn karate to fight. I would say all of us knew how to fight before we ever learned karate.
Mm-hmm.
You knew how to fight before you learned any martial arts. Oh, no. Go to a bar and slap a guy and see, don't you know how to fight? Walk down the street and just hit a guy in the gut and see, don't you know how to fight? You know how to fight or run, one. And if they catch you, you're going to be fighting.
Mm-hmm.
We knew karate, we knew how to fight before karate come along. But I said, by knowing karate, we can fight a little bit better.
Yeah.
But it's an art. And the artisticness of karate is those beautiful moves and techniques.
Mm-hmm.
The scientificness of karate is knowing the structure that we strike with. Like I was saying, the bone alignment, the side of the hand, the structure, the bone structure, and all. That is the scientificness of karate, breathing from the lower sakatana. The scientificness of karate. So there's 2 and 3 with the breath. The meditation to clear the mind, to stay relaxed. When we start a match, Joe Louis and I, we're getting relaxed through breathing, breath control. Now we get into concentration. And when we strike, now it is breath control because your breath regulates the body movement. Oh, honey, come here. Move this couch. Okay, honey, I'm going to move the couch. Hey, Bob, come outside. Help me push this car out of the gutter. To push. Breathing, sound gives you strength. You don't go and move the heavy object, table, couch, or whatever in the house and go, inhaler. You don't go outside and push the car, and you go, you focusing and you're exhaling, because when you exhale, it presses on the adrenaline gland, and then the adrenaline gland gives you more energy and you get more strength. And a weightlifter, when he lifts the weight, he's doing the same breathing. That's the scientificness of karate. And the beauty of the art is those beautiful moves like ballet. Oh, Vic, you don't like ballet just because they're doing these moves and stuff. I know a little about ballet. And when I go to a karate tournament, I don't want to see any ballet. Oh, Vic, you don't like gymnastics. They turning these flips and doing on. Kia! Oh, Vic, you just don't like. Wait a minute. I was on my gymnastic team, and we were all state. I love gymnastics, and I love ballet, even though I wasn't very good at it. But I was in 2 plays, The King and I, and Nutcracker Suite. But when I go to a karate tournament, I don't want to see the Nutcracker Suite and anybody else. I want to see karate. So just because I'm strict on judging, and I'm going to give you a low score unless I see real karate, and if I don't hear any breathing in your kata, except for yeah, yeah, you can make all the noise you want, but if I don't see your breath right, you breathing right, and the kia correctly, kia, I'm giving you a low score. Oh, Vic Moore, he gave me a low score. He just don't like gymnastics. He don't like ballet. Oh, come talk to Vic Moore and he'll tell you why, and he'll show you why. I saw no stances, and you don't just get down and do a split and a backward flip and kia and think you're going to get a high score from me. That's not karate. You did some good gymnastics. What's that girl, that black girl that do them flips and stuff so good? What's her name? Anyway, you can put her in there, and she does them flips and turn out of the air and do a twist and turn. And how about those swimmers, boy? They get up there and they hit the board and they dive and they turn and they spin and they hit the water, splash. Beautiful, beautiful move.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not karate. Now, it can help them to do real karate technique and get down and throw good blocks and punches and all, but you got to separate it. Same way with MMA. MMA could be good fighting, and I would love to see more of the martial art. And I remember who was that, Rousey, Wonder or Rousey,
Yeah,
whatever her
Ronda
name is.
Rousey.
And she would go in and catch him around the waist and do that ogoshi, that body throw, and hang onto the arm and go down and do the arm bar break, you know, man. Hey, good. There's some judo in there, you know. Boom. So there's a difference in just fighting and the martial art. It is a difference in boxing and wrestling. Now, you can combine the two if you want on the street,
Mm-hmm.
but if you're in the ring, you want to see wrestling, even though they make some strikes. But in boxing, it's a different art, it's a different sport. And that's the same way we have to look at karate. Karate is not just anything. Karate is an art and science.
Mm-hmm.
And the artisticness is one thing. And then there's the scientificness is a different thing. And if you don't have them, you're not doing karate. Well, everybody can kick. You can go to Las Vegas and see girls kicking. You can just go to an old folks' home and see some old folks kicking their leg up. Now, just because they're kicking their legs does not mean that they're doing karate.
Mm-hmm.
And as I tell people, especially Taekwondo people, excuse me, if you see a dog that just goes to a tree or a fence and raises his leg and take a piss, he's not doing Taekwondo just because he raises his leg up. Just because he go and squat down, he's not doing a stance. It is the expertise and the showmanship that can separate these arts, you know. And if you don't have it, then you're not doing that art. You can't get out there and just jump in the water and say you're a swimmer, you're a professional. Why he give me a low score on my diving? I jumped in the water.
Let me ask you one more question, Grandmaster Moore. I know you offer telephone karate lessons. That's something you offer these days, right?
Yes.
For anyone in the audience who might be interested, can you tell them the benefit of getting your telephone karate lessons?
Yes. I've been in the martial arts over 70 years. Just by itself doesn't make it. I've had 12 different styles of karate and teachers under my belt. Just that alone doesn't make it. It goes back to what Master Robert A. Trier said back in 75. Vic Moore got a knack of teaching. He's one of the best teachers I ever seen anywhere. It is not the style. It is not this technique or that technique over a person. When I give a seminar, I don't teach a person how to just make one punch or stop one punch. I don't teach a person or have a person just to block one kick and make one technique. I give them a combination of techniques. So when I teach over the phone, when I got a person, I teach them principles and theory. If you're going to throw a punch, the punch is going to come to a certain spot on the body. We don't punch just straight out, because if you punch just straight out, I'm telling the person, you're going to be hitting the person in the hard areas of the body, right at their chest level. And if the person turns to the side, where you're hitting is in the shoulder. And if you hit them in the back and you're punching straight out, you're hitting them in the upper shoulder. Am I right? So they listen, say, yeah, that's it. Now, if that punch is coming to the center of the body and it's punching down at the solar plexus, wherever you hit the person there, it's going to hurt in that area. If they on the side, you're going to hit them in the floating ribs, so it's going to hurt that way. Am I right? I said, now if the person you're punching is got their back to you, you're going to be punching down at an angle. You're going to be hitting them in the kidneys. Is that right? Oh, yes. I said, so now that's where you punch. Now, how you punch is lining your hand in a certain way or position by turning the knuckles out from, say, at 12 o'clock over to 1 or 2 o'clock. Now put your hand up like that. Now, hit your hand with those two knuckles. You're going to see it's going to hurt a lot worse. Go ahead and hit it. Oh, yeah, there is a difference in that. I'm going to say, now, as you punch, you want to be exhaling out. So I'm going through a whole cycle of theory.
Mm-hmm.
But even before we get into the physical, I tell them to learn to meditate, to relax. Now, we're going to meditate right here on the phone, and I want you to block me out, block everything out. Or we're going to now punch. Pick a spot out in your house on your wall, and I want you to focus. I want you to try and push that spot away. Pretend that it is moving away from your body. Now, make it come towards you. Take the door and look at the doorknob and make the doorknob come towards you and go away. Oh, now you're going to do this kata, later on, and everything goes in steps. Now, you remember that downward block when your hand come up to your ear and it flows down at a 45-degree angle and it stops at a 45? That's what you're going to do in this kata when you turn and make this block. Now, you pivot on the heel when you go away. So if you're moving away, pivot on the heel. If you're moving toward the person, pivot on the ball. Well, they experience that, and you see that you learn more on the phone with me in 5 minutes than you would with somebody else in a year, because you're going to be learning stuff that you never knew. When this person get ready to punch you, their shoulder is going to move first. So as you sparring, look at that guy's shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to see his shoulder move. Now, start expecting something that's coming at you. Now, if you're only one step away from him, all you got to do is take the palm of your hand and stop his shoulder. That's going to stop your arm, because your shoulder have to move for your arm to move. Does that make sense? Oh, yes, sir. I see what you're doing. Is your wife available? So tell her to hug you, give you a hug. Now, you see her shoulders are moving first for our arms to get in motion. Now, stop her from hugging you, because just take both hands and press at the shoulder. Oh, now she can't even hug you. Well, that's the human body. Now, if you're 2 steps away and you can't reach that, catch the elbow, stop the elbow. The elbow can stop the arm from moving. Now, if you're 3 steps, now you're going to have to block out. Now you got to know how to block. If you're 4 steps away, you don't have to do nothing. Why? Oh, because I'm out of range. That's right. So I give them theory, principle. For a person getting ready to kick, Bill Wallace getting ready to kick you, first thing you got to do is what? He got to shift his weight. Bill Wallace cannot kick nobody until he shifts the weight. He got to shift the weight to one leg.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're only 1 step away, all you got to do is push him over, hit him right in the gut. But you got to be fast, because Bill Wallace is real fast. So the kick is up in the air coming at you. Catch the knee. If you stop Bill Wallace's knee, he can't kick you. He can't throw a front kick, side kick, back kick, roundhouse kick, peanut butter and jelly kick. He can't do no kick if you control the knee. That's why I beat him. Hey. Now, if you're 3 steps away, then you got to block out. If you're 4 steps away, then you don't have to worry about it, because you're out of range. Mm-hmm. So you play the distance on the person. So I'm not there with the person, but the person can understand exactly what I'm saying. And that says, now, if you had a stick, a bow stick or a broom, and you put it across the person's leg at a 45-degree angle out from your body, now you can't have it up against your body. Take the broom and you hold that broom out from your body across their legs. You stop their kick. They can't kick you. They got to try and kick up over the broom or under the broom, and with at that 45-degree angle out, they can't do either one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So again, it's theory. They learn in theory,
Yeah.
So that's the advantage of having a good instructor, a person that can teach you the theory of a technique.
Mm-hmm.
Breathing, meditation, concentration, focusing, snap it. When you throw this punch, snap the punch like a whip. I can take a whip and throw it or rope and hit you with it, and you may sting you. You may say, ouch, ooh, Vic, that rope hurt. But if I pop it, bam, if I snap it, boom, go out and back real quick. Oh, cut you too. Oh my God. It really hurts. Well, that's the way your karate punches work. That's the way your chops work. It goes out and it comes back quickly. So that's why the people can learn more or just as much with me. To work with a person that's been in karate for over 70 years, to work with a person that have defeated every national champion out there that I've fought, hey, that's somebody to work with. You know?
Definitely.
But Son is good too. So a lot of them is good. If they wasn't good, I wouldn't be fighting them.